all know Purdue volleyball's star freshman Chloe Chicoine. The former McCutcheon star was the #1 recruit in the country and graduated high school early to get a head start at training with the Boilermakers. And boy, did it pay off. She's been named Big Ten Freshman of the Week 5 times, has 417 kills, 241 digs, and a team-high 30 aces. As the regular season wraps up, I sat down with Chicoine and discussed her career so far. How did you get into volleyball? When did you kind of start taking it seriously and realize I'm pretty good at this?
I started in around 3rd grade. I just loved it and I started playing. I was terrible at first, but it was fun, and then here we are now.
When you were at McCutcheon, just down the road, you were a part of a dynasty there for 4 seasons. What was all of that recognition like when you were in high school and you're starting to get recognized nationally and across the state of Indiana?
I thought it was crazy, but I was surrounded by really great people, and I think our coach did a good job of making sure that we stayed focused on what was at hand. And I mean, I don't think I realized how cool it was, but it was just like I was going to school and I was playing volleyball and I was doing what I liked. So I don't know, it was fun.
Being able to go to school basically in your backyard from where you live, what is that like now representing this community?
It is such a cool experience, and I mean, I just remember watching last year and when I was younger, just watching the games and seeing how cool of an environment Holloway is, and just being able to see my family all the time is really great, and having them at all the games. For
a lot of athletes, once they get to college athletics or this level, especially the Big Ten, there's that adjustment. You've had a really smooth transition. Why do you think it's been so easy for you?
It may seem easy, but it definitely hasn't been easy, and there's been some really hard parts, but I think just our coaching staff and the great leaders we have, they really just make sure that we're all doing all right. And I think just being able to play with Eva, I mean, she's obviously a great outside, so being with her and just being able to train with her is great. There's so many freshmen too who are playing. Like, we have a freshman starting setter and a freshman right side, and I think all of us getting to do it together has been beneficial.
So 5'10", you said you were short. Now, growing up, how many times was your ability as an attacker maybe questioned because of your height?
I mean, I questioned it probably until like my junior, senior year, because I didn't know like if I was going to be an outside or libero, because I was pretty open to either. I just wanted to keep playing the sport, and I knew that would be fun. But I think it's super cool that Purdue has believed in me and has let me hit. So.
And then you're going up against some of the best blockers in the country. How have you figured out different ways to attack?
I think I've really worked on hitting off of the block and just hitting as high as I can, and I think my off-speed game has become a lot more prominent. I used to not use it as much, but now it's like I kind of have to use it to score and just being super smart and crafty.
You've said before, a lot of people who play volleyball, they'll focus on one skill or one position, but you're in the rotation, you play all 6. How have you kind of fine-tuned everywhere else when you're on the court?
I mean, I go in to pass every day because that's just such a big part of volleyball, and I want to make sure that I can set up my team, especially being smaller. I feel like one of my biggest jobs is to pass and play defense, and then something that I'm not as good at, like blocking, I just go in and work on it all the time. I mean, it's harder because it involves jumping and you don't want to lose your jump, but at the same time, as long as I'm super focused, I know that I can get a lot better.
You have a very impressive list of the awards you've got, the recognition you've got. You were the only high schooler on Team USA, and you got Best Spiker there. Out of all of those volleyball memories, do you have a favorite one?
I don't know. I mean, playing with the USA is obviously unbelievable, and that will always be up there, but I also think just playing with my club teammates this past year, we had a great year. We didn't go as far as we wanted, was great, and then also winning the state championship for McCutcheon. I mean, that was just something I'll never forget, and it was the first time, so it was pretty cool.
What are some other things, other boxes you want to check on that bucket list in your volleyball career?
I just want to play the game as long as I can, and I mean, I'll take whatever opportunity I can, but I don't know where it's going to lead me, so I just want to keep getting better and see where it goes.
Chicoine also said that she brings an intensity to this Purdue team, and she lives in the gym, and she hopes that her work ethic carries on with future Boilermakers.